The in-season tournament contenders have halved, and the race to make the chase is nearing the checkered flag. 6 races remain in the regular season, and for many drivers in the field, this could be their last chance at the postseason, as we're road course racing here at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into round 21 of the NR2003 Boner Cup Series, the Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix. Reed Sorensen has been the driver to beat in these past few weeks, climbing to second in the chase standings with wins at Gateway and last week at Memphis. For the 41's in-season tournament hopes, however, this week could knock him out of the bracket as he goes one-on-one with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Both drivers haven't had great finishes in our last 2 road course races. The question I posed to my fellow commentators, Sanok and Dusk, this week is this: who else in the in-season tournament is in trouble of being eliminated?
Despite being the 4th seed, Cole Witt has a very tough battle against road course ace AJ Allmendinger. Yeah, we're going to be wishing good luck to good old Cole Witt here to survive this round.
Well, who I'm looking forward to is Daniel Suarez and Ty Dillon. Daniel Suarez hasn't done much, but Ty Dillon has 3 stage wins in the Cup Series. So I think that is the battle to watch here at the Circuit of the Americas.
Well, the time for talk is over. It's time to get to racing, and one step closer to that will be going to the Blue Chew Droner for our starting lineup. Starting in pole position, still looking for a win this season, is the number 43 of Eric Almirola. His tournament matchup today is Ryan Preece. Starting alongside him, making another part-time start, he's been good on the road courses, it's Paul Menard. Third place goes to third in driver's points. Elliott Sadler starts alongside a known road course winner, although not at Circuit of the Americas, Shane Van Gisbergen. We talked about him earlier. Starting in 5th is Daniel Suarez, and alongside him is Ty Gibbs in the same colours that brought Brent Proust his win at Portland. Following them, we have the Richard Childress Racing number 3 of Austin Dillon, alongside that beautiful-looking CW Sports number 32 of Matt DiBenedetto. To round out the top 10, we have a winner in the O'Reilly Series in 2022 and 2023, AJ Allmendinger, and alongside him, as we said, battling Reed Sorensen, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
In the next row, we have Marcus Ambrose, one of the better road course racers in the field, and to his outside, Brian Vickers. Then another famously good at road course driver, Michael McDowell, and then Regan Smith. Then we have a driver with road course experience again, Scott Speed, former F1 driver, and to his outside, it is the 2020 Bank of America Roval 400 stage winner, Ty Dillon. Then it is Casey Atwood and Casey Mears. Then we have Scott Wimmer in the Santander car, and to his outside, Carson Hocevar, who is notably terrible at road course.
And next up, Travis Quapple in the Dr. Pepper colors for BK Racing. Next to him, already a winner in this season, Todd Gillen. Behind that, John Hunter Nemechek with the Bob colors once again. Next to him, Eric Jones. Next up, another guy we talked about at the start of the show, Reed Sorensen in his battle with Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and then his teammate, Trevor Bain, falling in a battle with Regan Smith. Behind that, Justin Haley in his matchup with Austin Dillon. Next to him, Brendan Gaughan, winner of Road America in 2014. Behind that, Josh Berry, still filling in for Sam Morning Sr., and next to him, Justin Allgaier.
Losing last week to Shane Van Gisbergen, it's Danica Patrick in the Bed Bath & Beyond number 10. Alongside her is Daniel Hemrick for Colleague Racing. The famous Wood Brothers 21 is next up, Harrison Burton behind the wheel. Alongside him, battling pole sitter Eric Almirola, is Ryan Preece. A surprise elimination, losing out to Josh Bilicki last week. David Reagan is back in the Consumer Cellular colours. Alongside him, Corey LaJoy for Rick Ware Racing. Starting in 37th is David Shremy. He lost out to Daniel Suarez last week in the in-season tournament. Alongside him, the Rick Ware Racing number 53 of Garrett Smithley. And to round out your top 40, Cole Witt with a tall mountain to climb against AJ Allmendinger. Alongside a driver making his first start, I don't often get to say my favourite drivers in the field, but it's time for the Said heads to rise up. It's Boris Said.
And my favorite driver's in the field too. It's Josh Balicki in the 52. Then it is Noah Gregson and JJ Yeley.
And now, let's send it over to the command. And here to give the command to start engines at Circuit of the Americas, it's professional graphic designer and 3-time winner in the Arca Risa series, Sanford. You can find him on Instagram at TS33Creative. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do some right turns. Drivers, start your engines.
Alright, fantastic command as always from the Boner Cup Series people. What do you think is going to happen here at the twists and turns of Circuit of the Americas?
Road course racing.
You know, you might be right. Here it's a long run through the Geico restart zone to the start line in general. But Eric Almirola will have clean track ahead if he can just manage to make one corner. Alright, here in the Geico restart zone. And we are green flag here at Circuit of the Americas. Through this tricky uphill turn 1. Looks like nobody's going to try to make it 4, 5, whatever wide, but Dinosaurus tried to shove it in.
Did see contact between the leaders there.
Yeah, Eric Almirola, he managed to jump Paul Menard. Here's Shane Van Gisbergen putting pressure.
Coming up to a very tight braking zone. Of course, we've got the shortened layout for this race. They've all made it safely through.
Paul Menard has put Trans Am experience to the test, but SVG, he has more experience in V8 supercars, and he didn't get a chance to show that talent off at Sonoma, got caught up in an incident early. He wants redemption today.
Showed it at Portland, though. Actually, look at Daniel Suarez. That's a winner at Sonoma. So,
Suarez wheel to wheel through this tricky stadium section. Suarez gets a better exit, though.
Yep, and Eric Almirola is just a massive gap to second already.
That's what happens sometimes at these road courses. All it takes is one good lap. Minimize your mistakes. Just let everybody else get tangled up in their own mess. See dirt being thrown up.
Yep, drivers going... using every single inch of the racetrack if they can. Even if they can't, they probably will.
Yeah, looking to be single file. The question is who will go for a dive into turn 1. You got plenty of real estate to work with. There's Casey Atwood on Carson Hocevar.
Yep, and he looks like he's going to get the position. Oh, yep, maybe not. He did. Just about.
Exit out of turn 1 and through 2 is so important, especially with how momentum-based the S's is.
Yep, and then the slow braking zone downhill to what would usually be the back straight. Mostly pretty settled out here. Daniel Suarez and Elliott Sadler battling. Those are the points leaders.
They're back at it. A lot of stakes involved for them, as you said, points leader. Although the driver missing from that conversation is Eric Almirola, the actual... He's not the points leader, sorry.
He's currently second, but not by a lot. If he wins this race like he currently is doing, he would be the points leader.
Yep, that regular season championship, all important for these drivers headed into the chase.
Almost as important as race wins. It does get you way more points than a race win would.
Just taking a look here at, I believe that was 6th place, Austin Dillon. He's holding up well. And his car's,
Ty
look at the
Dillon.
slide out of turn 1.
That's what you gotta do to make this turn 1 very tight hairpin.
Just wouldn't think it would be so early. We are 28 laps. It doesn't sound like a lot, but tire wear can get intense.
I've seen Esker try higher tire wear at road courses, so we gotta see who is the best at managing those. It's Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs, as we said, that 54, a winner already on a road course, just not with Gibbs behind the wheel.
But he is locked into the chase already, so you're able to stay out, lead some laps, play a bit more risky than you usually would.
Yeah, well, normally it's a fairly low bar to pass Austin Dillon, but I suppose position is all important at this racetrack.
Indeed.
And it's a lot easier to defend on a road course, I feel, than on a traditional oval.
Yep, see, AJ Allmendinger currently selling into 9th behind Matt DiBenedetto.
Mike McDowell was a bit close there, but couldn't get to him.
Yeah, he's just gonna get a better run out of the corner.
Yeah, AJ Allmendinger, as we said during the starting grid, plenty of experience. Has been a couple years since those last wins, and Corley has brought mixed equipment to the racetrack, but so far they're not looking bad in 9th place. McDowell
Well, you
looking to
say
get
that.
alongside. This is going to be a dive.
Yeah, technically, they have been teammates before at Colleague, just not in the same series.
That is true. You could also make a point, I believe, with Michael Waltrip Racing back in the day. Of course, they're two guys that have driven quite a lot during the same time period, not in equal equipment, but they know each other on track quite well.
Back through the field. One of our bracket matches, Trevor Bain, currently being outran by Regan Smith in the Levine 95.
Yeah, and I don't think there's too much distance between them. It's only a couple of spots.
Yeah, the 6 is currently 23rd, the 95 15th.
Okay, well, more than a couple, but still,
Less
I mean,
than 10.
caution could come out.
Yep, and we have
Still-
seen cautions before. Obviously, cautions are way more relaxed at the road courses than they are at the oval, so single car spins won't do anything.
Yeah, we got plenty of race to go as it stands. David Reagan taking quite an aggressive line, trying to catch up to Justin Haley, but he's kind of done himself in here because here's Brendan Gaughan. He's a road course winner in the O'Reilly Series. Good qualifying effort by that 62 to begin with, only looking to improve as the race goes on.
Always nice to see Brendan Gaughan in the field, even if he can't qualify super often.
Yeah, he's looking very competitive right now. Speaking of, I think Boris said that Hendrick car's number 66, I think he's made some places.
Yeah, currently
Battling
sorting
with,
38th.
yeah, it's a couple places. He's battling with Hemrick and Ryan Preece right now.
Corey LaJoy in front of him.
A lot of these drivers not really known for their road course chops, so not shocking to see the disparity in a race like this, especially where we're expecting, as you said, Sanog, more relaxed cautions. Very likely it could be green the whole way.
I think the most surprising thing of all is probably Josh Bilicki in that 52. I feel like he would be higher than behind his teammate Garrett Smithley.
Yeah, Bilicki's got a lot to race for as well. You think of bracket busters, he's got quite a challenge going up against Marcus Ambrose, who Ambrose's teammate we're looking at now is leading the race.
Going back
And
to
it's not going.
Ambrose. Currently 11th? 12th?
Yep, so there's a whole lot that Bilicki would need to do to even get a chance.
Definitely would need to hope for misfortune of some sorts.
Taking a look right now at Daniel Suarez, he is 5th place right now, and empty road for him mostly. Surprising to see Paul Menard drop so many spaces. We've not seen a lot out of the Richard Childress cars, but certainly Menard as a driver, pretty spectacular when it comes to turning left and right.
And the 30 car of Johnny Sauter, also a full-time car, but he didn't qualify for this race.
Yep, it's a shame, obviously, but it's not that surprising. A lot of drivers do come out for the road courses, so you just have to get better or you have to sit it out.
And Paul Menard probably will be happy that he's here and in the element.
Paul Menard, big Trans Am driver, that's what he gets up to mostly now, and he's pretty good at it. But never afraid to step back behind the wheel of a stock car.
Speaking of stepping up, Regan Smith currently still outrunning Trevor Bayne. Could be a little bit of as an underdog story, upset.
I'd say so, yeah. I mean, the Levine family 95 has seen plenty of ups and downs throughout this season. It's surprising to see that they're only 30th in points. They've even had a pole, but Regan being out for a couple of races, being replaced by Riley Herbst. He's not had the best of seasons by any means.
Yeah, but Riley Herbst doing enough to at least keep that car top 35 in owners points. Pretty comfortably so. We'll definitely have to see what Regan Smith can do. If he can win, maybe he could go all the way, because next week it is a super speedway. So anything's possible.
Yeah, we talk about the ups and downs for drivers on a road course. Super speedway is obviously you can't really control it, which helps out a lot of drivers, but road courses are almost an entirely different. They're certainly different to super speedways. What I'm trying to say is how different the amount of control you have in the two types of races. This is all about precision, minimizing mistakes. While you still have that in super speedway racing, it's not the exact same. We saw in Daytona a lot of side to side. Any mistake made could wipe out the whole field. A mistake here is solely on you and solely affects you.
They say the draft is the big equalizer, which it does pay dividends at the super speedways. We saw J-Man Ginsbergen, not really an oval guy at all, still managed to claw at a win at the biggest race of the season.
I think he just went up to the top and made it work. Right place, right time.
Yep, which came at the expense of Justin Haley in the 7. So he did manage to win Nashville, so that's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, as we're scrolling through the field, there's still not too many battles. I think I saw drivers close. It's not quite the section to go side by side.
Yeah, it's just really tight, so you can't really do 2 wide or 3 wide into that corner and kind of just
Yeah, the
sort of settle
action
in
spot
line.
seems to be coming off of the shortened backstretch. We've just seen Justin Allgaier rocket past David Stremme there. Good move by the 48.
There's some Hendrick power on that car. Not that it means much, but go back towards the front. Still all Eric Almirola.
Almirola,
Really,
well, he still hasn't won on the season, so
Well, he hasn't.
I was
This
going to
is
say,
good.
this is exactly what he needs. This is the kind of day that will absolutely solidify his place in the chase. Because Van Gisbergen's there, but so far not there enough to
that's
make an overtake.
SVG. You have to keep in mind in the points he is not very good. He needs all the playoff points he can get, and Coda, this is his opportunity to get 5 more to potentially advance him further into the chase.
To be fair to Shane Van Gisbergen, he is one of only 3 drivers that have multiple wins. So that plus, I think he has a pole, would grant him, I think, 11 points. Which definitely
Yeah, but
definitely is a big margin.
16 is even better though.
Would be. But I don't think Eric Amol was too bothered by that.
He is Alma rolling.
Look at Matt DiBenedetto, decent day for him, and Ricky Stenhouse. DiBenedetto 9th right now.
That's a pretty good run from Ricky Santos Jr. too. He's not really known for road courses at all.
Yeah, as it stands, Ricky Stenhouse. We said before the race, his battle with Reed Sorensen, it's looking like, unless there's disaster for that 17 car, it will be Stenhouse moving on to the next round.
Quite a
Sorensen back
margin
here
too.
up with one of the RFK teammates, that's Trevor Bain. And even behind Travis Quapple, it's a career day for Travis Quapple.
Also behind Scott Wimmer in that 4 car. Actually, might be passed by Trevor Bain.
Bad news for Sorensen. You already didn't want to get beaten by one RFK car.
Got
I
another
think
pass
now.
behind him.
Harrison Burton on Todd Gilliland.
Burton actually has a solid finish at the Indianapolis road course, so he is solid at these road courses. You don't want to expect it out of Harrison, but don't underestimate him.
Yeah, currently running in 26th. So definitely doing pretty good in that Wood Brothers 21 that hasn't really done much.
It's a nice car to have around, of course. The history of the Wood Brothers. You take it back to, I want to say, Dan Gurney or Marvin Panch, when we used to go to Riverside. Plenty of action that the Wood Brothers team has gone through, not just the number 21.
Yeah, you think about the 121 car, or maybe the 16 backseater.
Yeah, looking at the Wood brothers, David Pearson 2 wins here at Riverside and a lot of top fives here. David Pearson, he mastered the Riverside in the 21s, so they have that history of road course racing.
Yep, Elliott Sadler also has kind of a history of road courses. He did win his first race at Sonoma at the expense of reserve driver Corey Heim. Oh, see,
That
Shane
was a
McGinsbergen
surprise.
pitting. Yeah, Eric Amarola. See if anyone wants to stay out. Doesn't seem like it. Actually, I lied. Matt Benedetto will stay out. So we're going to skip the pit stop. Thanks to Blue Chill.
That's what we do here on the CW, and Matt Benedetto knows that.
Great brand synergy. Always a team
Thanks.
player, Matt Benedetto.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get him a Blue Crew car one day. We'll have to talk to our friends at Blue Crew about that.
But behind him, Adrian Allmendinger will stay out an extra lap as well. Maybe try to jump the field.
Yeah, it's all about strategy when it comes to road course racing. Try and undercut, overcut, match whatever people are doing.
Any cut you think you can do, you gotta go for it.
Of course, you can't cut the course. That would be a penalty.
Yeah, you have cameras to catch people doing that.
I'd say the pack of misfits that haven't decided to pit this lap. It's some interesting names, some names just trying to make spots up as they go. Trying to just claw and fight for whatever they can. You certainly saw that from Scott Wimmer and David Stremme, who we saw beforehand. Hemrick was out in that
I
box.
think Sora's pit, so actually it's in front of Eric Amarola currently.
Wow.
Would be a huge jump. It would be unfortunate for Almirola if that is the case.
That would be unfortunate for the bracket. Probably Ty Dillon.
Dan Hemrick is on his bumper, giving him a lot of trouble there.
Yeah, but Hemrick will have to come down pit road.
Left it fairly late. You see them skating in, nearly hitting that Armco barrier.
Well, people have done that before, so it's something to look out for.
But what a stop from the 99 team.
I've seen more cars coming out of the pits now, so that would be Josh Berry, Ty Dillon, Casey Atwood. None of them really going to be able to trouble the leaders, so...
Yes, so well, we're waiting for everybody to round out from this pit cycle, but it certainly does look like the man you're looking at now, Daniel Suarez, has taken the lead of this race. Great call by Trackhouse.
Yeah, Trackhouse kind of only has speed at the road courses in real life, but seems to be working out for them.
Bona is as real as it gets. Suarez, no company whatsoever through the stadium section. Almirola doesn't have to worry about Paul Menard, but he is in his mirrors.
Paul Menard did actually jump Shane Van Gisbergen, so kind of helps him somewhat. Matt Benedetto currently scored, I think, 6th.
Real underdog run. Great effort by the 32. Talk him up a lot because of his sponsor, but genuinely great race for him, although we might be looking at a battle with AJ Allmendinger.
Yep, Elliott Sadler as well. Up here, at Gibbs, if he can close the gap.
It's a good exit by De Benedetto. Sadler is going to give him some trouble. Battle on track here as it stands. Sadler going to look on the inside. Gets blocked. Can't quite go for the dive,
Can't make a pass here.
but his best chance is going to be coming out of this next turn.
He's got him.
Hard to say yet. The cars don't really get the exit if they're pushed onto the runoff. Yep, there Sadler goes. That's why he is battling for the points lead. That's a great move by the Ebenham 19.
Dominant car in the season early on. Still third in points, but they have some misfortune.
So we've hit the halfway point of the race. We've seen plenty of masters when it comes to these curves. And now it's time to take a quick break and get you ahead of the curve.
Men, get ahead of your curve. Explore Peyronie's disease treatments at GetSomebody4PD.com.
Crab cheese and macaroni.
It's like your favorite rockin' in a packed arena only. Look who's playing guitar-oni. It's Cheezosaurus Rex. While they dig your video, me want your autograph, only New York to California. Plus your CD when Goldoni. It's crazy pandemonium inside the special lemon. Cheezosaurus Rex. When the cheese starts flowing, crabs gets your noodle going.
The NR2003 Boner Cup Series is brought to you by WWE NXT. You can watch NXT Tuesdays at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on the CW.
Yeah, so we're back here at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. They say everything's bigger in Texas, and currently Daniel Suarez's lead is slightly bigger. To 1 second over Eric Almirola, Paul Menard, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Elliott Sadler rounds off the top 5.
Kept it green during the commercial break. We've all been nice and clean racing. Of course, these gaps are somewhat closing. I think the biggest race right now might very well be Paul Menard and Shane Van Gisbergen. The ticker right now is saying just over 7/10 between the two. Looking at Age Allmendinger as well. He's got Ty Gibbs not too far behind
Actually,
him.
Daniel Suarez coming
And
into
that's
the
a
pits.
leader.
If I had to guess,
Okay.
that would be the final pit stop for Daniel Suarez. So would Paul Menard. Anyone else? AJ Allmendinger.
You'd certainly hope so. We're lap 20 coming to 21, I believe. There we go. So it will be 8 to go. Surely you don't want to pit again when the clock is ticking down.
Yeah, I mean, if you're being risky, maybe do you even want to pit? I feel like it's a bit too long to make it on just one pit stop, but you never know.
Yeah, we've not really had the pack to fuel save. There's been plenty of gaps, but
Yeah, I mean,
that doesn't help anyone out.
I feel like Almirola would be the one that can fuel save the best here, because all he has to worry about is Shane Van Gisbergen or Paul Menard.
And right now, he's not got any competition by the two. Very much clear skies, Van Gisbergen in his mirror, but not all
Sadler,
that big.
Gibbs, Marcus Ambrose, Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Michael McDowell. So first car to come out of the pits is Suarez, so he's all the way back here, just entering the, I guess, the stadium section.
Yeah, he's behind Scott Wimmer, as we just saw. Travis Quapple, there's Scott Speed. Cars still somewhat close, but not close enough to make a move. And Almirola, as we're looking at, yep, one more lap for him and for Shane Van Gisbergen. I haven't yet seen Paul Menard though. So there we go.
There's McDowell.
Question is, where is Paul Menard?
So there's Daniel Suarez. And there's Paul Menard, currently under pressure from AJ Allmendinger.
It might have been my mistake. I thought Menard hadn't pitted yet.
I think he came down with the Dinger and Suarez.
Yeah, this puts AJ Allmendinger in a pretty good spot. Him being right on the bumper. He's got to try and time that move as best he can. But speaking of timing, it's all down to the pit stop for Eric Almirola and following the same tune, Shane Van Gisbergen.
Yeah, Ford Tire pit stop is about 12 to 14 seconds. Definitely want the shorter end of that.
I would think they have that distance with what we were looking at between the two. The question is now, does Almirola make his
no.
way in? No.
Not Gisbergen.
Neither does
Not
Gisberg.
Sadler. Doesn't look like Gibbs does either.
Okay, so that's very interesting. It's hard to tell what a proper fuel run is. I would have thought that these drivers would have been pitting by now. I can't imagine they can make it to the end of the race.
No, there's just no way.
Playing it long, certainly an interesting game.
So here's Suarez, currently in 14th or so.
Yeah, I think looking at it, Almirola and Gisbergen definitely have the space on Daniel Suarez.
But is Suarez closing that gap enough to where they might be in trouble if they stay out too long? Or is Almirola just way better in clean air?
There's no way that the fall off isn't that bad with these cars. I would have to think Suarez, he's not really in traffic that's going to affect him. Everybody's keeping a safe distance. There's no way he's not gaining a lot of time on Almirola, who still does not bite with pitting. Van Gisbergen will.
So there's Van Gisbergen, Sadler, Ty Gibbs will stay out. That's Marcus Ambrose. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. stays out as well. There's Brian Vickers.
These strategies are very split here at Coda. How will this shake up the running order when it's all said and done?
Also curious how it will affect the bracket. As we've seen, Josh Bolicki and Marcus Ambrose, I think that is about settled at this point. But very curious about some other fights, like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Reed Sorensen.
Sorensen looking good, I believe. Well, actually, no. So Reed Sorensen is not. I think it's still Ricky Stenhouse who is guaranteed this bracket win.
I'm pretty sure Reed Sorensen did pit, while Ricky Stenhouse Jr. hasn't yet.
I'd have to think, although, well, maybe I don't fully think it, but Stenhouse is on lap 24 right now of 28. There's no way he's going to be waiting that long to pit. I think if they're not pitting this lap, then they can make it to the end.
He is. There's Almirola. Ty Gibbs stays out another lap.
Yeah, he's going to inherit the lead. That's Austin
Dillon
Dillon
comes
behind
in,
them
Ricky
pitting.
Stenhouse
There's
Jr.,
Stenhouse.
Regan Smith. I feel like the battle we want to focus on is with Eric Almirola. And where is Daniel Suarez? Actually, here's Shane Van Gisbergen.
Is he way ahead of Suarez? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, but Almirola coming out of the pits.
That is
Gonna
a
be
fact.
tight.
Gotta be
Three-team, but I
close.
don't-
See how fast SVG's coming up, but it's not going to be enough. Question is, Ambrose is going to be on cold tires.
Yep.
So can he put up a defense?
Very
Oh!
close.
Ricky Stenhouse
Oh
Jr.
my!
Out of the pits. Oh, and he gets
And
nailed by
that's
Vickers.
Vickers.
Ooh.
Is that not a caution? Where are the wheel and
Doesn't seem
caution
like it.
lights?
They are holding the flag. But here's Reed Sorensen.
That, I feel like that should have been a caution. That was a multi-car incident, but race control has discretion, so we're still going. And yeah, this is like winning the lottery for Reed Sorensen.
Here's Ricky.
He just hit the jackpot.
Well, not yet. He still has to pass one more car. That's Michael McDowell.
And I think he will probably have a chance of getting it. We've seen how these passes go.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Just one car
So-
separates these two.
It's gonna be 3 laps at the line. A one-on-one battle as we were promised. These two racing to move on.
Vickers.
Vickers heavy damage. I'm surprised he can see out of that.
Oh, I don't know if he can. He's just driving off, feeling alone. There's Regan Smith coming in. And there's Trevor Bain. I think Bain might just about jump him. Yeah, he will.
Yeah, that's big implications for Trevor Bain. I believe he must have pit.
I wonder if there's an issue in that 95 car, because I swear I recall him pitting. Oh, Matt Benedetto trying to make a move into this tight downhill corner.
That's
Why
true.
wouldn't you?
That might be for 6th.
Yeah.
Got a real battle
Hard
going
battle
here. AJ Allmendinger in the back, gonna look to try and pick a spot, but right now Matt Benedetto, the car on top.
Up Ty Gibbs as well. I think currently running 3rd.
AJ Allmendinger probably not a fan of 3-car battles towards the end. Think about how the Cup race in 2022 finished for him. But right
Still
now,
got-
he's not really keeping on Paul Menard.
Still got the second best outcome from that 3-car battle. BC's not Alex Bowman.
Marcus Ambrose has actually been getting pretty close. Maybe just... There's Cole
Wait,
Witt,
to the
so...
pits.
Cole Witt, I think it's safe to say, probably not winning this battle against AJ Allmendinger.
Yeah.
Got 2 laps for that to change, although I wouldn't hold out much hope.
But currently up in the front, Eric Almirola, Shane Van Gisbergen.
This is, we talk about the importance for the whole race, the last 2 laps especially. When the white flag drops, Almirola is going to have to forget about everything except for how to drive this car around this track. One mistake, and that would be a win for Shane Van Gisbergen. And I think that would make SVG the first man to win 3 races this season.
Yeah, but you want to know something funny, actually? Eric Almirola currently going against Ryan Preece and Shane Van Gisbergen going against Michael McDowell. If we finish as they are, next round matchup will be Eric Almirola and Shane Van Gisbergen.
Yeah, I believe it's back to an oval next week.
It
Yeah,
is
we're
a
going
super
to
speedway,
Texas Motor
though.
Speedway.
So, it is a race type that Shane Van Gisbergen has won. You're going to take the white flag here at COTA.
Eric Almirola, though, he's won a few super speedways himself.
Yeah, think back to
Winner at
2014.
Talladega and Daytona.
Yeah, 2014 in that 43 car. Currently driving it.
And he's looking good. SVG, always someone to consider on a road course, but I don't know
just don't
what he
think-
can do.
I don't think he has anything for Almirola besides a kamikaze dive bomb of some sort.
I don't think he can make it. His last chance is going to be the very last corner, I think. I don't see him doing anything else unless it's right here, but I don't think he's going to get the turn in. No, see, he stays behind.
I'm not going to be able to do it. Through this, not really a hairpin, but really long corner.
Multi-apex, similar to the racetrack in Turkey for the international fans.
And Eric Almirola will round off the final corner and finally will become a winner in the Boner Cup Series over Shane Van Gisbergen. And Ty Gibbs, good strategy call to finish third. See Austin Dillon and Daniel Suarez in the top 5. There's Elliott Sadler, Paul Menard. Matt Benedetto, actually, photo finish to the line. Matt Benedetto got that over Almendinger and Marcus Ambrose. And that will round off your top 10.
Just a huge relief for that 43 team.
Yeah.
I think that's the weight of the world taken off their shoulders.
No more gambling on points. Just actually being able to race for it. So, as things stand, yeah, as we said, Eric Almirola and Shane Van Gisbergen will be the next matchup at Texas. Kind of a Battle of Titans sort of situation.
Yep, so more higher stakes tournament matchups. But for a lot of these drivers, they can rest easy. Almendinger getting his win, Marcus Ambrose getting his win. I want to check about Reed Sorensen versus Ricky Stenhouse. It looks like Sorensen got past.
There they are. By one position.
That's all that matters. Great day for Reed Sorensen, who survives until next week.
Yeah, but an even greater day. Eric Almirola will be able to burn it down and be iconic. Number 43. It's a quick commercial.
Hey man, can I have one of those?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. You said I could have one.
6-0 start.
Because you're number 60.
That's right.
Yeah.
60-minute rice. Delicious quality rice in 60 seconds.
Alright, welcome back to the NR2003 Boner Cup Series. After the twisties of the Circuit of the Americas, we don't have a new points leader, still Daniel Suarez, but we do have a new driver locked into the chase with Eric Almirola's win. At the top of the standings, still Elliott Sadler, still Reed Sorensen, still Shane Van Gisbergen, only multi-time winners on the season, technically. Then Daniel Suarez, we just talked about him, he is the points leader, so definitely would be some nice bonus points for him. Behind that, Eric Almirola, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Marcus Ambrose, and David Reagan.
And then looking outside of the top 8 to somewhat of the danger zone for the postseason, it's Brian Vickers in 9th. He has one win to his name, as does Trevor Bain, Michael McDowell, Todd Gilland in 12th, Justin Haley in 13th, David Stremme in 14th, and the last car with a win, Ty Gibbs.
And then it is the danger zone here, the cut line, which has shortened quite a bit. Only one spot available on points, and AJ Allmendinger barely holds it by 3 points over Casey Applewood. Then Austin Dillon is 12 points back. Eric Jones is 23, and Eric Jones is 23 back. And which track will we be going to next week?
Well, normally would be a normal intermediate, However, has been kind of converted into a super speedway, like Atlanta. So we'll be going, actually not very far from here, to the Texas Motor Speedway, which probably will be the most chaotic round of this bracket.
I heard that Jerry Jones is going to be at the track next week.
Yeah, very famous
Cowboys team owner.
I know what he does.
He's
He
also
was-
featured in the Rick Ross song, I'm a Boss.
Yeah, but we will see you next week at Texas. Good night.